Hello chess lovers and welcome back to another video on our YouTube channel. And friends, today we are going to see an amazing gameplay between GM Abhijit Gupta and GM Anish Giri. And friends, you might be knowing that GM Abhijit Gupta is a very strong GM from India and Anish Giri is a very strong GM from Netherlands. And surprising thing is that he is also one of the most strongest chess players. And yes guys, another fact about this game is that Anish Giri gave a queen sacrifice in this game. And why did he give this queen sacrifice? Yes, I will tell you it in the end of the video. So without wasting any time, let's get started and watch this beautiful game. So GM Abhijit Gupta was playing with the white pieces and Anish Giri was playing with the black pieces. To give some reference about the game, I will tell you that the game was played in the Chess Super League, which is the first chess league of India organized by Raina and Sagar Shah on Raina's YouTube channel. It is supported and sponsored by Nodwin Gaming and it has a prize pool of over 4 lakh or 40 lakh rupees. And many strong GMs and grandmasters are playing in the tournament like Dinglaren, Hikaru Nakamura, Abhijit Gupta and Anish Giri and many more. So yeah, everything about the tournament and about the game. And now about when we are coming back to the game, now Anish Giri was representing his team Krazy Knights and Abhijit Gupta was representing his team Positional Pawns. And I really don't know the name of the both the teams. I always get wrong in the names, but yeah, that's all about the game. So yes, so Anish Giri was playing with the black pieces and Abhijit Gupta was playing with the white pieces. And it is said that playing Abhijit Gupta with the black pieces is a very hard task, even though you are a very strong international grandmaster. If you are playing Abhijit Gupta with the black pieces, then it's going to be a tough task for you as well. But Anish Giri proved everyone wrong in this game and he played in his own style. So without wasting any time, again let's get started. So Abhijit Gupta opens up the game with pawn to d4 and now you have knight to f6 by Anish Giri. So this is known as the Indian defense. And now you have the most popular variation, which is the c4 variation, which is the normal variation played by Abhijit Gupta. You have pawn to e6, knight to c3 and now bishop to b4. So this is the equal move. And by this move we enter the Ninja Indian defense. But there is another strong move which could have been played in this position, which is pawn to d5. And by playing this move we enter the Queen's Gambit declined normal defense. Here the opponent takes the pawn, we take, then your opponent goes for bishop to g5, you play bishop to e7 and now pawn to e3 and the game will continue on. Over here you can simply play pawn to c6, in which your opponent will go for bishop to d3 and again it will be Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation. And it is not forced for your opponent to exchange, but he can also go for bishop to g5 straight away and you can go for bishop to e7. And yeah, again the game would be transposed into the Queen's Gambit declined variation. So yeah, bishop to b4 was played, then we have pawn to e3, we have castles and now we have bishop to d2 blocking out the pin. So we have pawn to d5 and knight to f3. So this is again the Ninja Indian defense normal variation. And now we have pawn to b6. So with pawn to b6, now over here Anish Giri is clearly intensifying his intentions to play bishop to b7 in this position. Over here many players also go for moves like pawn to c5 in this position instead of pawn to b6. But Anish Giri, being a positional player, not supporting the idea of pawn to b3, but he still went for pawn to b6, which a move I really liked because it also creates a foundation for pawn to c5 later on. And yeah, it's a pretty nice position in which I would like to play with the black pieces. And now again, as explained, c5 was another option. You have c takes on d5, c takes on d5, yeah, rook to c1. So instead of castling or playing bishop to d3, we first have rook to c1 over here because you want to first capture the c file, which is the semi-open file when the knight will move away. And yeah, you also know that the queen is going to come on e7 square, the bishop will come here. So you must generate some counterplay from the c file in which you have upper hand. And now after that we have pawn to c5, striking in the center. We have bishop to e2, not ignoring the move pawn to c5. This also could have been a lot more dangerous because After pawn to c5, you must be aware, because if you simply take over here, then I have an amazing move which is b takes on c5, and now I have simply fueled up everything in my center, and now I can even go for bishop to b7, knight to c6, and also I have an amazing center. So yeah, you will have to keep watch on the position, or else you're not going to have a good time playing the game. So yeah, white must be careful in many cases. And so going behind, after bishop to e2, we have this move pawn to c4, and guys, this was a move which was a novelty, and after this move no game was played, and this was a novelty, and a novelty means that there was no other game played in this position except this game. And now instead of playing this, there was there was another move which was playing simply knight to c6 in this position, and in this case a game was played in this position where white had castled, and that game was played between two anonymous chess players, and it was played in 2019 only, and both the players were around 25 to 2500, and yeah, in this game white had won the game. So yeah, I think this was prepared by Anish Giri to outplay Abhijit Gupta, because Abhijit Gupta is a very strong player from the white side. So if he stayed in the theory, then he could probably outplay Anish Giri. So Anish Giri thought that why don't we use his technique on him only, and he played the move pawn to c4, a big novelty. We have castle by GM Abhijit Gupta, and now we have pawn to a6. Now the plan is to play pawn to b5 and strengthen the queen side. We have knight to e5 this time by Anish Giri, and now we have pawn to b5. And now white can push pawn f3, and then he can attack on the center, which didn't happen in the game. To my surprise, Anish went for pawn to a4, striking on the queen side, and there may be some secret intentions of Anish Giri behind playing this, but I thought that playing f3 was a much better move, planning to go for this move. And yes, now you can go for this and this, but again, if all the positions have their own advantage and disadvantage, you will again get this long diagonal and this strong center. But yeah, anyways, Anish Giri is a grandmaster, he understands more than me, so yeah, he definitely has the rights to tell, to make moves which I don't tell. So after that, we have queen to b6, we have queen to c2, and knight to c6, extending of the knight, which was causing havoc in the center. And Abhijit doesn't exchange it. He simply goes for bishop to f3 and keeps an eye in the center. But this is a big mistake of the game, because it simply allows the move knight to e7. You don't simply take it, you simply go behind and you simply defend your pawn. And now if you look, then the knight has no squares to move away, and if it has to move, you will need to waste some moves like this. Not like this, but you will need to play some moves like this and then escape your knight from the f3 square, which would invest a lot of moves and also a position sacrifice or positional disadvantage. After that, we have pawn to b3. Abhijit Gupta responds well to Anish Giri's knight e7 move. But now the game was fully nailed in the coffin by Anish Giri. We have bishop to f5 taking on the queen, and now Anish Giri has the upper hand in the position. And now Abhijit Gupta must do something and must respond quickly, or else he will be in great trouble. Now queen to b2, a decision which I didn't like, because he should have gone to queen to d1, from my opinion, because now he could go for queen to e2 and then pawn to e4 probably, and then again strike in the center. But queen to b2 was played no matter what happens. And so yeah, now Abhijit Gupta decided that no matter what happens, I am not going to defend and not going to lose my hope against Anish Giri, because even he had understood that his b file was in a great danger. The bishop is attacking, the pawns are causing a massive attack in the queen side, and he has no counterplay. And yeah, even if he tries to generate enough counterplay, he can't generate because his pieces are simply so cramped in the position. But yeah, Abhijit Gupta simply said that no matter what, I don't know what will happen, but I want to make my team win, and I want to win this game against Anish Giri, and I want to win a historical game against Anish Giri. So yes, all the powers are broken by human spirit. It was once said by a very famous person. But yeah, can this come true in this game? Let's see. 8x b5, 8x b5, and now we have a blunder in the game, which is the first blunder of the game. Pawn to g4. This is an amazing blunder which fully opens up the position, and now the advantage which could have been balanced by GM Abhijit Gupta is now fully uneven, and now Anish can easily, really easily win the game. But yeah, instead of pawn to g4, bishop b takes c4 was the best move, in which we will take with the b pawn. Yeah, we will have a passer. You are still not that great in the position, but yeah, at least you are not losing on the spot. After g4, it triggered the move knight takes on g4. And now with which piece shall you take? Yeah, if you take with the bishop or if you take with the knight, nothing is going to matter. He took with the knight, he took with the bishop. He first took the pawn on the d5 square, because if he had first taken this, then I have this. You have to defend it with some other piece. Then we go for pawn to f5, and now after this, you simply have no other option rather than to lose your piece and eventually lose the game because of your bad position, as the knight will also come in the game very soon, and the rooks are also going to simply attack on the king side, and the king is also in tatters. So we have knight takes on d5 first, and now Anish Giri goes for the historical queen sacrifice of the year. And can we have the drum music, please? Okay, no music is playing, so I will only play it. So yeah, there we have the music, and there we have the big move. It was an inaccuracy, but yet a brilliant move and a great move for you from human perspective. He sacrificed a queen over here, and yes, Anish Giri sacrificed the queen. He took back with the rook, and he has a secret intention here as well. And from this move, from this exact move, Abhijit Gupta is forced to a sequence of moves where he is not going to win the game. And even the engine is saying that even though he sacrificed a queen, it was an inaccuracy, but still he is not losing the game. Abhijit had to go for rook f to d1, sacrificing an exchange. But now where was Anish Giri going to listen? He went for rook to g6 check. He had to move somewhere, and instead of simply taking the rook, which most of the players would do and end up losing the game. And why you would lose the game, I would tell you right now, because now suddenly you are in such a position where your opponent doesn't have a counter play, you have a counter play. So what is going to happen, I will exactly explain you. And now your bishop is under attack. You will need to move it, for example, over here. And when you move your bishop, your opponent will get a chance to play and to react and to respond. And when I turn the engine on over here, it will clearly state a clear advantage for white, because now white has got the tempo, and now white will take this. No matter if you take this, I can take back this. If you give this check, I'm not afraid. I will play like a lion. If you go here, I will take this. And again, it's going to be a worse position for you. Connected pawns with a queen, bishop, knight, rook doing nothing. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster for for black, and black is gonna lose the game. So yeah, bishop to d6 was first player the best move according to the engine line, attacking on the h2 pawn, and now you're also keeping the pressure. So now if you play some moves like pawn takes pawn, then we have this, and now as this bishop is controlling the escape square, we have this check, and this is unavoidable at any, no matter what you do. If you take this with your queen, it's a mate in one. So bishop to a5 was not the best move which was actually played in the game. It was an inaccuracy which shouldn't have been made. Bishop to b4 was the best move. If you simply took this, you have no other option other than, bishop takes b4, and you again end up in a losing position. But at least you don't lose now, you will lose after some moves. After bishop to a5, it triggered an immediate response from Anish Giri's amazing knight. We have knight to d5, and now I just don't want to explain you full game, because now you can just see on the screen, Anish Giri's pieces were like the hunters who wanted to hunt down the f1 king alive, and that's what they did. The b takes c4, and now everything that was going to happen happened right now. We have pawn to c3, an amazing move going for rook to b1, rook to b2, and if you go for this, it's going to be a sensational another move, because it's going to be a mate in one simply. So we have bishop takes on c3. Now what will you do in order to avoid the mate? We have this. We had to sacrifice the queen. And yeah, you first give this check, and you know you don't first take the queen, or else it's a mate. Don't blunder it after playing such an amazing game. We have first rook to g1 now. The king has to move here. You give this check. He has to take, and now you take, because now this is under attack, and which happened in the game. And after this move, simply Abhijit Gupta resigned, because there's nothing to do. You are a piece down. No, there are no issues. Bishop to e4 is also coming up very soon. And yeah, you are going to lose this pawn, then this pawn. I can simply defend up against these two threats or passed pawns, and then I will advance my pawns and defeat Luke in a pawn promotion. So yeah, really sensational queen sacrifice, and I really like this, in a way in which Anish Giri could have easily won the game, but he didn't do like that. He simply sacrificed his queen. And now we arise on another question that, why did he sacrifice his queen? And now there is a hypothesis. Yeah, I'm using some scientific words, but yeah, there is a hypothesis which states that Anish Giri made a queen sacrifice for more likes and followers on Twitter, YouTube, and on Instagram, and also on Facebook. And yeah, some people say this and some people agree on this, some people disagree, and yeah, people will say, but we will need to ask Anish Giri that did he really do it for followers and likes? And if he did it, and if he did do it, then guys, yeah, you have to subscribe to our channel, and also tell your friends to subscribe to our channel, and also like this video, share the video with your friends, and yeah, be sure to share the video with all of your friends, and don't even miss one of your friend who wants to learn chess, and he's not able to learn chess because you didn't share the video with him. So yeah, I have got an excuse for you to share the video, so now you just don't forget to share the video. So yeah, coming out of the jokes topic, and so yeah, really nice game, I really liked it. And yeah, the queen sacrifice was really sensational, and the last trick, which are of the back rank, it was also not missed by Anish Giri, which clearly states that he's a very alert person, and we must also be alert in chess, or else he had played such an amazing game, then in only one move his all the empire collapsed, and he would have simply lost the game. But this didn't happen. He played in a good sense of humor, and yeah, he simply won the game. So yeah, amazing game. And also I would like to thank chess great player on Lee Chess for suggesting the video, and it was suggested by him in my live stream, which I did today only. And yeah, even he sent me the pigeon of the game, so thanks to him, and shout out to JSK Chess Streamer. We'll also give a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. And yeah, we'll meet in the next one very soon. Till then, stay tuned, have a great day, and bye bye.